All right, we'll get started here with head coach Oscar Pareja. Oscar, a tough physical battle today, but the boys pulled out the draw in the end with a late goal. Just your thoughts on today's match?
Well, a very typical match against Cincinnati, against these rivals that demands a lot of physicality in the game. I think we coped with it. I think we had the personality to propose the game also when we had the ball. I like it a lot, the initiative that the boys had all the time. And second half, we felt that when we were losing 1-0, that the game was going to escape away from us. But I think the reaction from the players is outstanding. One more time, the boys show the culture that has been installed in this um, team and this club. So we fought and we get this result that could have been better. Uh, Also, it could have been worse, a typical match. I like our personality tonight.
All right, we'll go first to Michael Citro.
Thanks for your time, Oscar. Just curious as to what changed for you after a great first half by your team. What changed in the second half? It seemed that Orlando had trouble connecting passes and keeping the ball in the second half. And then what changed again early in stoppage time when all of a sudden you were all over Cincinnati?
Uh, the first part of the second half, or in the middle of the second half, I say probably more accurate. We started losing distances with their midfielders. Uh, we were playing with a bit of no fear, Michael, but we have three players with yellow cards, or we're taking care of the yellow cards. Rodrigo, Robin, Brecalo, Edward. And they were so timid in that part of the match to go hard and play as we played in the first half. I thought it was a component of, or an answer, a possible answer to your question. And Cincinnati felt that they could have got the game, and that's what you saw that change. Other than that, Michael, I have to give credit to these players because their reaction was extraordinary. The way we create the chances that you see, well, how many chances we missed today. So that's what I want to highlight. That credit to the players.
We'll go next to Austin David.
Oscar, you kind of touched on the amount of chances that this team had. Even into stoppage time, you had what, three, four chances. Was there ever a point where it's just kind of in your head where it's like maybe this just isn't our night, where it's just kind of the game of football where you have so many chances, but it doesn't go your way? Was that ever kind of something that you just kind of felt?
Not tonight. Not tonight. I was so confident on this reaction of the players. For a moment, uh, they could have won it. After the goal they won. They wanted to win it too. So with that energy and that reaction uh, from the bench, they made us feel that the things could have end much better than losing it. And that's why I say that reaction, because they were missing goals, one behind another one, and so clear for us. And so it's good.
We'll go next to Mike Gramajo.
Oscar, I think it's worth noting and it's worth asking. The subs kind of had an impact in the result tonight, especially Tyree Spicer. He had the pass to Alice Freeman tonight, but then it's worth noting the assist he had in the last game against Nashville, where he found Duncan. Obviously, he's still new to the team. He has been obviously very well involved in the trainings, but what have you been able to see from him in the training grounds, and how has that been translating so far on the pitch when it really matters, especially in a game like tonight?
Well, Spicer has become already one of us in a very short period, not just for the inclusion in the roster, but the inclusion in the heart of the team and the players. They love him, and the effort that he brings, the energy, and what he has done for the group in a short period of time, it has been good. And that gave us a different possibilities in the left and the right. We can move much different in certain moments of the game. So really happy what he's bringing to our team, indeed.
We'll go next to Michael Citra.
Oscar, you got a fullback now in Alex Freeman, who scored 6 goals for your team and was one of the more dangerous players on the pitch tonight. What have you seen in his growth throughout this season, and how high is his ceiling, do you think?
I think his professionalism and the way he has learned to defend, which is not even close to what you wanted to highlight, that offensive force that he has. That is very obvious, Michael. But the other thing is that he has learned a lot and has been developing a lot with the coaches, the way he's defending and helping his team when it's necessary. So that make him a better player. The other things you guys all see it, and he's young. He needs to settle many things still. Keep going with that energy, keep pushing, and keep being that team player that we need. Keep always the relevance to the team first, and then Alex does that. He has no ceiling that we can see now.
We'll go 2 more questions. We'll go to Mike Ramajo and then to Austin David.
Oscar, this team already went into tonight's game having clinched the playoffs, especially after a certain result last night across the league. But how did that kind of change the approach going into tonight's game? Obviously, now it's a matter of trying to get points and finish high up in the standings. But just your thoughts on that, having kind of going into this game, having known you guys are already in the playoffs, but now did that kind of change a little bit of the perspective going into tonight's game against Cincinnati?
No, nothing changed. Our desire to finish in a better position is intact. We know where we are. We know what is the games that are coming. We knew the importance of this one tonight. Yesterday, in silence, we celebrate our clinch to the playoffs one more time, 6 years in a row. That, by the way, I congratulate the players and the people in the club and everybody that support us. For us, it's so crucial always just to be protagonists. But now we need to push towards the next step. It is fight for that MLS Cup. And tonight, probably that give us that taste. We can do it. Let's gotta keep motivating ourselves and keep pushing with the energy that the boys showed tonight.
And we'll go last question to Austin David.
Oscar, I did want to kind of ask you about the 6 straight playoff appearances every year that you've been in this club. It's now the second longest run of clinching playoffs in the league right now, second only to New York Red Bulls. So just in perspective overall, since you've joined this club, just how proud are you of the consistency of being able to provide for this team and to compete, put yourself in position to compete for those postseason berths and championships, Champions League, Champions Cup, etc.
Right. No, we are very proud. First, so grateful with our fans, the support that we all felt since the first minute, the chemistries that we have all create together here in the club, the people who is behind the scenes. We're happy here, and of course that we are so proud for this number, this 6 playoffs on the road for a club that is already and has a name in the league is great. And also I want to tell our fans that we know what we miss in in terms of aiming for that MLS Cup, and we're pushing hard to do that.